talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Out of my mind, out of my mind. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times, too many times. My love, he makes me feel like nobody else, nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me, so I tell myself, one, don't pick up the phone, you know he's only calling cause he's looking alone. Two, don't let him in, you have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're a man, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight's game at Quicken Loans Arena. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Brooklyn Nets. And for Brooklyn, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. And the Nets head back to Brooklyn after today's contest. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses.
And right now for Brooklyn, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the years gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
Abundantly clear. I mean, they can compete with any team in the league, and I think they still have some upside, room for improvement.
Now we're moving into the heart of the NBA season, Clark. Has chemistry and pecking order in the locker room been set by the coach and by the team at this point of the year?
Yeah, I think with veteran teams, it's pretty well established. But again, the makeup of your veterans is key there. And with younger teams, though, I think they begin to – it's a process. It's an ongoing process of figuring out roles and pecking order. So as you get into the middle part of the season, the heart of it, I think the young guys do start to kind of figure it out.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Harris. Caruch is out there with Allen. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Graham in at the 3 slot. And it's Love with the ball for Cleveland. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
And it really was a difficult game for them in that previous matchup. Fortunately, they were able to just knock down their free throws down the stretch.
And Greg, we've talked about it so many times. Free throws such a big part of the recipe for winning. I mean, that can be the difference. Nobody's guarding you. It's just you and your routine and the rim. And they got the job done at the line.
And Allen with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. We're about 1 minute into the first. Sexton's shot is good.
You know, not bashful about positioning himself inside. Sexton knows he has what it takes to score from there.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kenny Atkinson.
Well, Kevin, he didn't outright say he was satisfied with his defense, but he did say that offense was important tonight. He told me numbers 1, 2, and 3 on our list are getting good movement, good looks, and making some shots. That's our focus. We'll see if they can make that happen tonight. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks for the report, David. So it's all about getting their offense going early on.
And I think that's the right call, guys. Get that rhythm established at the offensive end as soon as possible.
Yeah, I echo that, Greg. I mean, if they come out here as the aggressors and really get after it, I think it'll make things that much easier on them defensively.
The Nets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Harris kicks to Allen. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Waba gets the bucket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
And with this chance, let's quickly go to our rookie leaderboard and find out who the top assist men are among the first-year players. The 4th spot held by Collin Sexton.
A number of gifted passers entering the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the very best. I like what I've seen from him as a distributor.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, he's always looking for the open man, Greg. Eyes seem to be all over in the back of his head as well. His arrow is definitely pointing up as a playmaker.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Free throw good, Russell.
Oh my God.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Oh my gosh, I just got...
And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
And the Nets with possession here. The Cavaliers making the shot. Here's Karuch. The rebound by Kevin Love.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And one thing, Clark, about the Nets, they've shown in the last couple years that they are willing to take a risk on players.
And in many cases, it's worked out for them, Kevin. They traded for D'Angelo Russell when his value was rather low, so taking a risk on players who hadn't worked out for other teams has paid dividends, and I'd throw DeMarre Carroll in that category as well for them.
Roof shot.
The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against New York.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
And, Greg, you know, not too many teams are going to win shooting that poorly from the floor. So, I'd have to say it says a lot about them as a ball club to win with that poor shooting performance.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. His last 10 games have been exceptional, averaging 23 points per game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
The first free throw is good. And guys, Kenny Atkinson, a coach who has a knack for player development.
Yeah, he does, and the players' improvement on this Nets team speaks to that. I mean, Atkinson has done a terrific job of improving his young players. Also gets the most out of the veterans and teaches them new skills and approaches to their game, which endears him to the players and helps his team.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn, trailing by 13. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
Well, at best, the defense was average. I mean, he must make sure to finish these layups. Got to make those.
To the paint. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woodshed. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
Russell with a wide open look. Hits it from 3-point range. Russell's got 7 points in the game.
Showing good form on the shot. Quick release, D'Angelo. Lethal from deep.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on. Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
Nwaba. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Harris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Fuck the hating, got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even like the day. Had to get it on my own. I could really get it if I want. You can get it on my own. You wouldn't even know. I'll be with it. I ain't gon' stop with no. Run a home, mother. Yeah, bad on my gang. Yeah, big bag with a thing. Yeah, you ain't really what you claim. Why you always in the way? Bad little ways. Bitch, you gon' make it shake. Say you bout it, but you ain't.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA.
And call me crazy, but I really believe turnovers are one of those game-changing stats. Their ability to avoid those miscues and make the right play consistently has been tremendously important.
The pass to Russell. Now here is Harris. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Here's Graham. And the Nets miss again. The Cavaliers leading by 14. And he gets it to go.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Kept alive. A shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
And Russell gets it to go.
And, you know, this is one of D'Angelo's biscuit and butter moves. I mean, quick pull-up off the dribble. He loves that one.
And that one is good. 12 points for Collin Sexton.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Outside, Russell. Lets it go from deep. Again, Russell missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
And it's Graham missing. The Cavaliers leading by 16. It's stolen by Harris. Now, here is Russell. Defense right on him. And yes, it's good.
Bit of an oversized playmaking guard allows Russell to see over and around defenders. Great look there.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Certain guys just make it look effortless. And Clark, I'm sure you would have a nice list of some of the smoother operators, smoothest scorers in the league now.
Yeah, there's only one guy at the top of it for me. I mean, I love a lot of guys, and there are a number of guys that put up big numbers. But when you talk about uniqueness, size, agility, touch, range, KD is where it stops.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just been nobody quite like him. George Gervin comes to mind because of a similar build, but the Iceman was 6'7", maybe 6'8". KD is pushing 7 feet tall and just a tad more athletic. I mean, I just don't know if we've got a more lethal, smoother scorer than him.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Chris, he's checked in for Zizic. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Clarkson, he's checked in for David Nwaba. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Sexton. Dellavedova finds Clarkson. The shot from the low post is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Davis, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Carroll, no one around him. Tries again. The shot missing. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Back to Dellavedova. And good that time.
And, you know, Dellavedova is not afraid of mixing it up anywhere, but particularly inside. A capable scorer when he's near the bucket.
Here's Napier, and the layup's good off the glass. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Here's Clarkson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Clarkson's got his second basket of the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Chalk up 2 there. Clarkson's got 6.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Napier kicks to Carroll. Pass to LeVert. There's the 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
LeVert showing you can rise up from deep. A quality shooter when given room to fire.
Here's Nance. And he gets the bucket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And he makes that one.
And with the physical gifts that Hollis Jefferson has, he plays a lot bigger than his listed height.
Cleveland moving the ball around. The 9-foot shot. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good. Clarkson.
And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute enough, but it isn't his top priority. Very dangerous when left alone outside.
Pass to Carroll. No one near him.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Exactly. Nothing easy. They're making them work just to get into their offense. Very disruptive so far.
And with Clarkson, as good as he is outside, Greg, he prefers to shoot off the dribble than on the catch.
Yeah, and it's why Clarkson gets labeled a high-volume, low-efficiency guy. Terrific on catch-and-shoot chances. I think if he played more towards his strengths, he could put together a career year.
One shot.
That's good from Chris. The position of power forward, Clark, that was your position. Did you ever think it would become a major weapon for stretching the floor as it is now?
No, I didn't see that evolution happening. I mean, again, at that time in the 80s, even into the 90s, you had the small forward and the power forward was more of an enforcer. I was actually kind of a hybrid at the time because I could deal inside effectively on the glass and because of my size and strength, but also could step out and put it on the floor and pass it a little bit. So, no, the evolution with the 4-man in this day and age, I did not foresee that at all. Love what's happened with it, but it speaks, I think, to the athleticism and skill of these bigger guys now.
It does. It's good. Nance has got his second basket.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defender something extra to think about.
And looking at Nance, not a big-time scorer in the half-court set, so the best way to get him involved offensively is to get him out in space.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Davis, the pass to Hollis Jefferson.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Clarkson, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Riding it up and in off the drive. Clarkson athletic enough to create his own offense.
There's a minute left in the first quarter. Over to the left wing. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Nance. And Nance slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, drawing comparisons to Andre Iguodala, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Hollis Jefferson with some models to map his game after, and both of those excellent models for him.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Knight's checked in. And a change for the Nets. Crabbe's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
40 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Dellavedova. That's good. The assist that time from Knight.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Count that one. Chris has got his second bucket tonight.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
There's Crabbe with the three, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, I like the mindset of Crabbe. You know, he plays with great pace, and he's reliable at shooting off the catch.
Here's Nance, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Nance has got 10 points in the game.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, their offense has really been productive this half, and I absolutely love the shots they've taken so far.
And so it's Cleveland, cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen, Cavaliers pretty much in control here, it would appear.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Grinding away down low, man, just filing them down. Love the bully ball method. Paying off well.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Brandon Knight is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And there's Chris. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Nance in at the power forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And stolen by Knight. And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Clarkson's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Cleveland. And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Crabbe. The three. That shot off. Cavaliers go the other way with it.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games. Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
The shot by Knight, no good. Net shooting around 41% on the night. To the middle. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
lays it up and banks it in. Dellavedova's got 8 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's Nance. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And it's Carroll in the corner. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And the Cavaliers call time here.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
The Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Ante Zizic is checked in for Chris. Kevin Love comes in for Nance. David Nwaba is checked in for Clarkson. And it's Sexton in for Matthew Dellavedova. Nwaba, that's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And there's no question Sexton can flat out score. I mean, he feels like he can get it done from anywhere.
Doubled by Knight. And it's Russell in the corner. Love grabs the board. Love's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Russell kicks to Crabbe. Back to Russell. A 3-ball. Drills it from outside. Russell's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Here's Sexton. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
And, of course, Collin Sexton. His college team once had to finish a game with only 3 players.
Yeah, and he scored 40 that night. I mean, almost led him to a victory. He loves to play under the bright lights, brings great energy and enthusiasm every night.
And Collin Sexton, when it comes to scoring, the man shows you a little bit of everything.
Loves to drive it, loves to attack inside, improving his consistency from range. But what I love about him is the aggressiveness. This guy is always in attack mode.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Brooklyn.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Crabbe kicks to Russell. Pass to Allen. He feeds it to Crabbe. Here's Caruch. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Caruch has got his second basket of the night. Here's Sexton. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Knight's got his 5th assist in this one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. The drive by Russell. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Zizic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Knight. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
Now, here is Russell. Defense right on him. In the corner, it's Harris. Lets it go from deep. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Baseline jumper. Off the left rim and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
To the inside. And it's Caruch missing. Caruch has gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. Nwaba. They get it back. The shot's good from Zizic.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
Harris, right side, down low, Russell. Fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Tremendous balance by Russell. Takes on contact, finishes the play. We'll see if he can get the and one at the line.
The Nets have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Free throw good, Russell.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, you look at D'Angelo Russell, and this season and last season, I really think it was just about maturing, and that goes with all young players in this league. It's a process. I thought he needed to get away from L.A. and the episode he had there with his teammates, and I think he's now more focused and knows more of what it takes to be successful in the NBA.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And for Russell, he had maturing to do, Clark, off the court, but he has also showed maturation in his game on the floor as well.
Yeah, it's a natural progression for guys who are eager to get better and take constructive criticism seriously. He doesn't force it as much on offense now. He knows the importance of being efficient with the ball and not spectacular.
Chance now to see the league leaders in three-point field goal percentage. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. Down low. And then Allen slams it in.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Sexton's shot is good.
You know, Love is, as we've seen, a solid passer for a big man. Great at breaking down the defense and firing the pass to an open teammate.
And it's Russell missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Took him no time at all on that one. Nwaba's got 4 this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And Harris wide open. He shoots a three-pointer off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The shot's good from Love.
So impressive how quick Love gets his shot off, Kevin. I mean, even when the defense is on him, he knows how to use his size to his advantage.
Caruch. And the Nets miss again. Caruch has gone 2 of 7 from the floor here. Love goes in. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Allen. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. LeVert's checked in for Harris. Brooklyn's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Out to the wing. Here's Caruch. Gets that one to drop. That's his third field goal in 8 tries.
And the way LeVert moves the ball, it's all about doing what's best for the team from his eyes.
And Sexton slams it in.
Oh, man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
And stolen by Sexton. He's got a clear path, and Sexton slams it in.
And I just love Sexton in terms of his length on defense. Good at taking chances and just poking the ball away.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Good. Sexton's got 30 points.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
There's Russell with a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Russell's got 18 points in the game.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Sexton's shot is good.
You know, beautiful move there by Sexton. Read the defender and has the body control to adjust.
To the left side wing. Russell from long range. Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Sexton. Almost, but it rolls out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
You know, he's not a vertical player. Doesn't really bounce up and down that high, but Russell does have excellent length to finish at the rim.
And yes, it's good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Here's Caruch. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Osman's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Love's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Russell passes to Caruch. From 18 feet away. No good on that one. And Cleveland will come the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Kicks to Russell. Pass to LeVert. No good on the 3.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
I think you're right. I mean, an up fake here or there, getting the ball inside, that's how you create high percentage offense.
Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
And David Nwaba picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Cleveland. Nance comes in for Zizic, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for David Nwaba. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets. Will it go? It's good from long range. Carroll's got his second basket of the night.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Here's Nance, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate does not get any easier than that.
That one good for 2. 43 seconds left to play here in the half. To the inside. A floater. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 7 points.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket. Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin, rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
There's 25 seconds left here in the second. Graham. No good on the triple. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded close, and he makes good on the layup. 15 points in the game.
The total answer for this team, Clarkson on one tonight.
Stolen by Clarkson. For the finish, trips down the breakaway slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And so it's Cleveland with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh yeah, we got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. And now back to the other Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Collin Sexton having an outstanding game. He had 40 points, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
The guy in college was one of only 3 players on the court in a game that they almost won. Collin Sexton. This is a guy who shows no fear. This is a guy who dares you to foul him. He can score in a multitude of ways. And if he ever gains real consistency, watch out.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
As we return a look at the corner of Euclid and East 6th in downtown Cleveland, just a few blocks from our spot here at Quicken Loans Arena. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Collin Sexton having a dominant impact in this game.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
I'm so excited.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%, setting the floor for the Nets. We've got D'Angelo Russell. Allen is out there with Caruth. Then there's Harris. And it's Graham in at the small forward position. Here's Love. It's hauled in by Harris.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the leaner.
Graham with the bucket.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got 42 in the game.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Love grabs the board. Love's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. The shot by Clarkson, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Graham with the ball. Guarded now by Sexton. And slam dunk by Harris.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Sexton's shot is good. Sexton's got 44.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Russell finds Allen. Back to Russell. And the Nets, another 3.
Oh, wow, 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Here's Clarkson. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. Out to Russell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harris, no good. And Love's got the ball here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's Osman. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
Russell passes to Allen. And here's Harris from the arc. The rebound by Kevin Love. Love's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Osman buries it down low. Osman's got 6. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. To the left wing. Here's Karuch. And the Nets miss again. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Well, Greg, we know that Kevin Love is a great passer, but just how much more does that open up for his team?
I mean, his outlets get the team up and moving in terms of transition faster than probably anyone else could. It's very hard to double Love with the ball, as his awareness and that passing that you mentioned immediately will find the open man. Love's passing alone is probably worth about 10 extra points a game for his team.
Graham with the bucket.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. In the corner, it's Harris. Lets it go with a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. 3. Russell's got his 5th assist in this one.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Allen, that's good.
Just a beautiful read by the former Buckeye Russell, so gifted at making those decisions.
Wing shot on the way, and it falls over the rim and in. 10 points for Love. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. And it's Russell in the corner. And the Nets, another 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And the efficiency is there, but the aggressiveness is really lacking. So far, it hasn't hurt them, though.
Harris kicks to Russell. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
Takes the 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. Osman's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for Zizic. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Jetty Osman. And it's Brandon Knight in for Sexton. And the free throw, no good.
You know, watching Kevin Love, he's really got a ton of tools at his disposal offensively. We know he can shoot it. We know he can post it, but his off-ball movement has also improved. Love has molded himself into a dynamic scorer.
There's Crabbe with the three. Love grabs the board. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And with Love and his offensive game, he has even started getting more scores off of cuts.
Yeah, Love has a good sense of timing on when a lane will open up, and often will get matched up with a defender that just isn't as quick as he is. And when everything is clicking for him, he can light it up in a quarter, as we've seen in the past.
You must chase Crabbe off the three-point line because he's very effective at scoring from there.
And he gets it to go. Knight's got his third basket of the night.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Dellavedova, that's good.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kill, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Inside, Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 10.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Love. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Hollis Jefferson, good.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Love, no good. Net shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And it's Russell in the corner. Off target from outside. Now Cleveland shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And Love gets it to go.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Crabbe in the corner. No good from outside. And so Knight will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Over Russell. And Cleveland again with the bucket. And here is Crabbe. He's got 8. Harris outside. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You look at the Nets. Right now, the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And, of course, Cleveland, they have a lot of ground to make up.
Well, I think for Cleveland, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
And, I don't think they need to wait for the offseason to start making some changes. I think they can start the rebuilding process right now.
Timeout called. Cleveland. Teams of the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics. But now teams are running only one, maybe 2 guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score, and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
Nance is checked in for Cleveland. David Mwaba comes in for Jordan Clarkson. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets. Shabazz Napier comes in for Russell. Deep 2 from Carroll. They get it again. Crabbe from long range. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got his 3rd assist on the night. They're making this a runaway.
And
The only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically, how he finds the open man. Nice.
Takes a three. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. The Cavaliers shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Off target at the rim.
And I think all the credit goes to the defense there, Kevin. Exceptional job getting the shooter to rush that layup.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Fast breaks yield easy buckets, guys. They've made the most of their chances in that regard. The defense not able to get set. You get a running start to the rim, you should get a good number of scoring chances that way.
And it's Dellavedova missing.
Like the shot selection. They couldn't cash in with no defense in the area, but still, they'll take that shot every day and for a month of Sunday.
And Carroll gets it to go.
And that's just flat-out hustle from Carroll, showing how much he wants the rebound.
From past the arc, it's rebounded by Cleveland.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
And plays like that have really taken the energy out of those defenders. I mean, you can bet he's going to continue to keep pushing in that area.
Here's Chris. Rebounded by the Nets. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now here's Napier. He's guarded by Knight. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Out to the right wing. Crab from long range with the putback. Nwaba with the rebound. Well, Cleveland shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts, a scorching 88%.
And I think Dellavedova just loves to get hit. He welcomes contact. I mean, he's skilled at powering through the defense, but he relishes contact at times, I think.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And such focus on these difficult finishes. Chris showing tremendous will fighting through the defense.
And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And, you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. The guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
One shot.
.114 left in the third. Napier kicks to Carroll. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Here's LeVert. Misses the 3. And here are the Cavaliers. Here's Chris. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. Brooklyn the foul.
Young, rangy big man. Chris possesses a nice skill set, and I think the potential to be a terrific player in our league.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And that one misses. And he sinks the second.
Thank you, Cleveland!
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Nets have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Well, Cleveland shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. The shot by Knight, no good. And for the Nets, they're shooting a bit under 50% from the floor in the third quarter. Passes it to Carroll. Napier kicks to Carroll from downtown. And it's Napier missing. Well, Cleveland shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it. Knight connects on the 9-footer. Knight's got 10 points in the game. The Nets shooting here about 46% for the game. All sorts of time. And it's LeVert missing.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish. And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Hey, that's a big piece of the pie when you're talking about winning basketball, fast break points. I mean, because most of the time, those are easy hoops.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. This has been a one-sided matchup, and I don't see any signs of it lessening. We'll return shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Stauskas is out there with Brandon Knight. Then there's Larry Nance. And it's Boston game in at the 4. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
And scoring the ball extremely well. I don't think the defense is getting up into Nance enough. Got to turn up the burners a little more.
Hey, you could sink these with your eyes closed or blindfolded. So close, so deep inside. Great bucket.
And the jam by Larry Nance.
I tell you what, Nance plays with a force every night. Explosive, tough, fearless.
Now Napier to the left wing. Fires for 3. A nice shot by LeVert.
Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
And the jam by Larry Nance.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
Napier finds Davis. Inside, here's LeVert. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
You know, this team looks to Nick Stauskas to nail these mid-range jumpers. I mean, he knows his role on this team very well, and that's to put the ball in the basket.
And there's the pass to LeVert. Trying to get open is Davis. And the Nets, another three.
No explanation for giving up these wide open looks. Total breakdown. Unacceptable defense.
Here's Stauskas. Unable to get that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Pinson. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And the basket by Bossingame. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. To the inside. And Carroll gets it to go.
And you know, at times, it doesn't matter what you do. Carroll able to capitalize from this spot.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nance.
You know, that's not how you distribute the ball. Needs to be more focused when making passes like that.
Here's Napier. The offensive rebound. LeVert. Nance with some nice D.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Pass to Napier. Fires the three. Not going to go that time. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Pulls up on the wing. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Over to the left wing. Let's keep it alive.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Here's Nance. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. To the paint, here's LeVert. Bossingame pulls it in. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline. Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
You know what I've always said, partner? Good shooting covers over a multitude of ills. And we're seeing it right now.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On Thursday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies. Napier feeling it out a bit. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The shot by Carroll, no good. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Carroll with the rebound. Nets shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. We see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
Zizic has checked in for Nance. And the Nets also making a change. Allen's checked in for Davis. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing. Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Goes up the baseline. The shot by Knight, no good. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pinson, he's guarded by Knight. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's foul number 2 for him. Clark, over your many years in the NBA, you've seen labor unrest, but per the most recent CBA, we have the potential for a decade-long stretch now of labor peace.
Yeah, and I think that's great for all sides. And you've got to recognize that some of the unrest in the past was really necessary to get to this place where we may have labor and league peace for the next decade. I mean, there's no justice without struggle. There's no smooth sailing without some bumpy sailing at times. So credit the league, the Players Association, and the players for getting to this place now where the league is doing well in all measures and the game is healthy and good. But that's a team effort by all involved.
Here's Blasingame, and again it's Cleveland. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Down low, here's Hollis Jefferson. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
He is out there for his defense. But as quiet as it's kept, Hollis Jefferson making an impact with his scoring, too.
A nice shot by Knight.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Napier passes to Hollis Jefferson. To the inside, Pinson. The shot from the low post is good.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Zizic, and another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. In the corner, Napier with it. No good from outside. The Cavaliers' shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. It's Knight with the drive, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul. Sharkey played for a small market team in Indianapolis, so difficult now for them to retain all-star level talent, or so it would seem.
Yeah, that's always been the case, Kevin, and I don't think that's changed much. You know, KD goes from Oklahoma City to the Bay Area. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward go from small markets to Boston, although Kyrie was traded. Gordon Hayward was signed as a free agent. I think it's just one of those inherent issues that will continue to be a challenge for some of the small market teams. That's why the draft and developing drafted players for those teams is so critically important.
And the Nets making a change here. Crab's checked in. Knight hits them both.
Thank you, Cleveland!
Crab with the ball. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Hollis Jefferson's got 22.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, loitering above the rim. Hollis Jefferson with athleticism to burn.
And that one is good.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
To the middle. And there's the pass to Crab. Lets it go from deep. Cavaliers with the rebound. Chris has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Offensive rebound. Zizic. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Boy, I like watching him get after it on the glass now, staying active, and usually that leads to good things.
To the paint, Pinson. And another assist for him. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Scooped up. Here's Zizic. Excellent D there from Allen. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 47%, pretty solid. In the corner, Napier with it. Allen kicks to Napier. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Hold in. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in.
Got to D him up better than that. I mean, when he's got a smaller guy on him inside, that's dinner. Barbecue chicken.
That sounds good. I love that. Allen, that's good.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
Well, he's done it again right there on the offensive glass. I mean, it's a great stretch that he's having here, and boy, I really admire his energy.
With social media providing instantaneous news, Clark players have to really watch what they say now. I mean, before they hit the send button.
Yeah, you got to pause before you peck, and you got to pause before you post. That's one of the things I would tell.
Well said. Well said.
That's what I would tell guys when I was talking about this landscape that they're in. Heavily scrutinized, and to the NBA players' credit, they've done a great job with social media. They're very visible. They're very accessible. They're well connected to the community through their platforms. But you do have to exercise some caution in how you go about your social media profile. Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot, just came up empty. You live with those.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, he was way up there.
Pinson. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Cleveland.
Great, generous ball movement tonight, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Collin Sexton.
Oh, it was nice seeing him do his thing on offense, wasn't it? Turned it up a notch and flat out pulverized the defense.
Crab, no good.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And Allen Crabbe, a strong shooter from outside, but he can still be a bit streaky, Greg, at times.
Yeah, I mean, he'll joke with himself that when he's off, he plays like Allen, but when he's on, he's playing like AC. I mean, he uses that Jekyll and Hyde motivation to make sure he stays aggressive on offense. The team and coaching staff are in on it as well, as they know a hot crab is a handful to deal with.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Collin Sexton.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Larry Nance has checked in for Ante Zizic. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch. And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
And knocking down a bunch of them, too. Outstanding shooting in this fourth quarter.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Well, they've got to be pleased with the effort they've seen so far tonight. Everybody pitching in for what looks to be a solid W.
And that one misses. It's the Nets now. Pass to Napier. The rebound by Nance. Here's Nwaba. Shoots over Carroll. Carroll with the rebound. Now here's Napier. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Kevin, congrats on the win. Are you guys gaining confidence, and what are you figuring out?
Just that we need to continue continuity. We really need to pick it up on the defensive end. Offense, we can get whatever we want really at any time, but the defense is where we're going to need to get better.
That is somewhere where you have to tighten up, Kevin. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.